Well, the main body of the house is all sprayed. My brother-in-law just finished up today with that. Just got to cut in around the windows a little bit and then get these posts all painted on the front and on the side, and we'll be all done with that. It's already done enough for soffit, so I've got the soffit people scheduled. They'll probably be here next week. My brother-in-law started painting last week on Wednesday, and he got everything primed and then started on 3 of the walls, and then it was clouding up looking like rain, so he stopped. And man, about 2 to 3 hours later, it came a washout and ended up washing off a lot of the paint on the house. So we had to get a little bit more and repaint the outside walls here where the water hit, and it splashed sand up onto the wall and messed it up. So we had a lot of prep work just to get back to where we were last time, but it turned out really good. I like this alabaster color. Well, my project today is see if I can get some paint on these posts. I don't know that I'll get them all done, but I want to get it done enough to where we can see what it's going to look like. Alrighty. There's so many different colors of white and brown, pretty much any color honestly, but especially white. It's hard to know what color to use. And it's because of what I do for a living, and that's work for a custom home builder. I get to see a lot of different colors that people choose for their homes and how they go together. And one home in particular we're building in Lake City has this color combination, and I loved it. So showed it to my wife, she liked it, and they just kind of went together nicely. So that's what we went with. Now I don't know how to pronounce this brown. It's something like caribou, but it's not caribou. If you're interested in it, I can give you the Sherwin-Williams number. Well, this is the next day, and I really like how these turned out. I like that color brown. Very cool. Now we just got to paint the front door. I'm not sure what is going on with my throat. It's like a head cold has jumped on me, and it's got my throat all jacked up. But the gas people came today. Brighten that up a little bit. Gas people came and installed the gas lines going for the water heater and for the stove. Originally we were going to have the tank on that side of the house, but because the AC's over there, the electrical panel's over there, the water heater's over there, that's the source of ignition, the county was going to make us put the tank way out away from the house. I'm like, we're not doing that. So we changed over to this side, so it'll be right outside this side of the house. And they ran a 2 PSI line over for the water heater, and then the range is on a different regulator for in here. So that's all done, and we're ready for open wall inspection. I'm going to just seal around these penetrations right here a little bit, and I already aired the water lines up this morning, filled up the vent stacks, drain stacks up to 5 foot of head pressure that they require. I do see it looks like my washer box is leaking a little bit here we'll check that out and see what that's about, and then we're gonna go check the airline and the water lines and see if that's held. Hopefully it has. And if so, we'll be ready to go. Moment of truth, I aired it up to 80 PSI. Yeah, that's not cool, that's 60. Oh, so we have a leak somewhere, slow leak. Let's see if our stack has still got water in it. I know that's a little dripping in there. Yeah, so sounds like it's up pretty high. But I'll have to see if I can fix that too, see what's leaking. So this is wet. That's wet. That's dry. That's dry. That's dry. This is wet. So I wonder if it's this that's leaking. Maybe that seal. Maybe I got some sawdust under that seal and it's leaking. That's where the water's at. That might not be so bad. Yeah, this is wet here. That's wet. Oh, you can see a drip right there. Yeah, that's wet. That's probably what it is then. It's probably that. That's no big deal, that comes out anyway, but I have a test bulb I can throw in there instead. So the water lines. I don't want to let my water out. Just want to let the air out. Because I need to find out where that's leaking. I don't see, there's nothing dripping there. But it being a slow leak, there might not be enough water in the lines. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing wet there. Shower. Oh, you know what? It could be this too. No, because that don't feel like anything. It's loose. Nothing wet there. It's just pipe dope. Interesting. Wonder if the gauge is bad. Because I have had that happen before too. There's no water there. Well, just to be safe, we will, I'm going to let the air pressure off. We'll run some water into these water lines a little bit more and then repressurize it and see if we can see any water dripping anywhere. This here is going to make a mess. Yep, knew that was coming. I borrowed this nifty little device from our plumber at work. So it's got a valve stem on the top, and this is a bladder, like a rubber bladder. So basically, we will stick this bad boy down in there like that right there, and air that up from this, and that will seal that hole, in theory. You know, I've noticed in the last 6 months, the closer I get to 40, the smaller they're making writing these days. 35. That seems like a lot. I'm gonna get a magnifying on that just to make sure it's not 3.5. Thank God for phone cameras. It is 35 psi. I don't know. It seems like a lot for that little bit of a bladder. I love this Milwaukee compressor. These things are the bomb. I'm gonna go 15 and see what that does. Huh. All right, 20. Oh, it's at 35. Interesting. Okay. Well, that didn't take long. I guess my compressor worked faster than the gauge was. All right. I'm gonna dry all this off, see if that works. Tell you what, summer cannot get over fast enough. I'm over this heat. It's close to 100 degrees every day. I don't see any water running out. That's a good sign. We'll keep an eye on it for a little bit. Now, I really don't know of a good way of doing this. I opened this hose bib on the other side of the house and opened this one. I'm just going to see if I can feed water in there. This might be an interesting deal. It's working. Run it in there until I can be satisfied that I got quite a bit, enough to where it should blow out water if it's leaking somewhere. Sweet, looks like it was running out over here. Close this bad boy off. Alright, there's 80 psi. It doesn't sound like it's leaking out there, but who knows, it could be. It's a very slow leak, whatever it is. We'll find it. I'll get me a soapy water bottle out here if I have to check this stuff. I think the last thing we got to do is put some nail plates on where the AC guys forgot right here to put them on. Well, fire caulking's all done. Nail plates are all done. I went ahead and put the aired up the water lines to 90 psi, just in hopes that maybe something will surface if it's inside. Like I say, it could very well could be that gauge, because I've not seen anything leaking for quite some time. So we'll see though. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm gonna go get some soapy water and see if I can find anything on the gauge. Continue checking all the stuff inside, making sure everything stays dry, and hopefully we're good to go and ready for the inspection tomorrow. So open wall inspection is all of the trades: framing, electrical, mechanical, HVAC. They check, make sure everything's sealed up for fire penetrations. And then once we pass this inspection, we can insulate. And then once we pass that inspection, then we can put the walls, the cypress up on the walls. So we got the open wall insulation inspection. Then we will have pre-final power, so we can get the AC turned on in here for wood to acclimate, the cabinets, that sort of thing. And then final to get the certificate of occupancy. So it's pretty exciting. We only have 4 inspections left, so hopefully we can pass this one more. We passed our biggest inspection. Open wall's done. Next thing is getting the house insulated, which I've already got scheduled, so that's going to be happening next week. The soffit people, I've got them scheduled. They'll be coming to do the soffit and gutters probably the end of next week. And the septic people, I went ahead and scheduled them so they can come and do the septic tank and run the power pipe over here to the transformer from the house to where we can get the power turned on at some point. Generally, once we get the insulation done, we get the cypress put on inside, we can safety off all of the electrical stuff. So put all the plugs and switches in, put the lights in, then they'll let us get the power turned on so we can get the AC turned on and get the wood acclimated before you do trim. Same with the cabinets, that sort of thing. So you can put the cabinets in, but you don't want to do the crown molding or scribe molding or anything like that before the AC gets turned on, because the humidity will change the dimensions of your lumber here. It's so humid. You'll have shrinkage quite a bit, and then you'll be redoing it, which I don't like redoing anything. So the boys are working on putting a second coat on the porch posts. I'm going to go ahead and get the meter can hung so that way the septic people know where the pipe is going to go. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Instead of buying one of them expensive $50 permit boxes, this is what we do at work. We just buy a cheap $15, $20 mailbox, and it does just as good. Okie dokie. That's heavy stuff. Oh yeah, that's from the door. Let's see, I think I have. Huh. Well, this ain't built like the other ones. Alright, grab me the 10-in-1 screwdriver, please. I don't think this will fit it. No. Because this opens up and it slides through. Okay, me likey. Thanks. Put these in to hold it for now. I'll have to get washers and bigger lags, but just need to hold it in place. And that looks level right there. Okay. Put some big lag bolts up in here with some blocking inside. Got washers. Because once the power company comes and puts their little lock on here, you're not allowed to go up in here anymore. And if you just use janky screws, like deck screws,
if something ever comes loose, there's no way to get in there without cutting the lock. They don't really like that too much. So I did blocking on the back. Instead of cutting out my strip, there's a seam of the sheets right behind this, so I didn't want to cut that on a seam, otherwise I'd have just mounted this flush against the wall. So I added some batten strip around, left a spot open right here on the bottom just for moisture to be able to get out, and now I can caulk along this top and no moisture can get in behind this where this opening is for the wire. So we're nice and level and good to go though. How much more do I have? A little bit, okay. You don't know what the stuff is failed.
Wherever it's at is good for.
Is that wire aluminum?
Yeah.
Don't take this plastic off. Daddy, don't take this plastic off.
Yep. Just don't let it get in the yard, if you don't mind.
I'm gonna grab it.
Thank you. Alrighty. It's not really the right cutters for this. I'm not even sure where my big cutters are anymore. I don't use this stuff that often. No. I don't really think this is necessary. It's not even required anymore because it's aluminum alloy, but I'm going to use it to keep the internet happy. When I did our generator a couple years ago, it was impossible to find because it was during COVID, lockdowns and shortages and all that nonsense, and it was non-existent in the stores, and I wasn't going to not put my generator in because I couldn't find antioxidant. Buddy, I tell you what, it was the end of the world for some folks. It's all good, bud. Leave it. Is that the last one? Sweet. Y'all did good. They already finished the front, and then they also finished up these purlins up here too. So we can go ahead, I'll probably order the metal this week so we can get this put up. We're gonna do the same 26 gauge galvalume like we did on the roof, but we're gonna do that inverted. So the ribs will be facing up, and you'll screw into the rib up into the purlin and gives it a nice flat surface Makes it great for pressure washing. You don't have to worry about it getting wet. Easy to clean off, obviously. And then the screws are somewhat sucked up in there, and it's not like they're bulging down, interfering with lights or anything like that. So. Well, we're ready for the power pipe. I'm excited, man. The next few weeks are going to be pretty crazy, I think, because the baby's due in a little more than 3 weeks, and we're going to try to get as much done on this as we can with the cypress and everything before the baby comes. So that way it's not too strenuous. I can just do a little at a time and get a lot accomplished, but by having that done, we can be having other things being worked on even when I'm not. So pretty excited. We're looking at trying to have this thing done by September, sometime mid-September, hopefully, if everything goes as planned. So we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time.